Alright, today let's learn about DynamoDB Accelerator. We'll be also doing the hands-on end-to-end in a while. But before jumping into the hands-on, let's first understand how the DynamoDB Accelerator works or what its significance. The first point is for DynamoDB Accelerator, it provides in-memory caching and the response time is very low. That is, it can provide milliseconds to microseconds latency as well. So this is the point to note. Next point and foremost thing is that DynamoDB Accelerator, that is DAX, integrates with DynamoDB. Please note it integrates only with DynamoDB, not with any other database like RDS or data warehouse like Redshift. This is one thing we should note. And the third important thing is the high ability and scalability, because DynamoDB Accelerator also supports dynamic scalability to scale varying workloads efficient. So now let's jump into the hands-on. So we'll be implementing this architecture diagram end to end. So what we will do here, will be executing GetItem, query and scan commands, and we will note the time taken by just for DynamoDB. Then we'll repeat the same, that is GetItem, query and scan commands using DynamoDB Accelerator, and note how the response time reduces using DynamoDB Accelerator versus without using DynamoDB Accelerator for DynamoDB. So here we have the architecture diagram. We'll be also spinning EC2 instance, requiring EC2 instance, and we'll be configuring separate security groups as well, because since we are handling with database, it's very crucial, because we know data is gold. We want to secure our data. We'll create security groups to secure our data as well. So let's dive into the console now. So let's first create a security group as mentioned, which will secure our EC2 and the DynamoDB. So security groups we know is present under EC2. Let's first open EC2. On the left hand side, we have the network and security. Here we have the security group. Let's create this is the default security group, by the way. If we look here, right, it will say the default VPC security group. We won't be using the default one because we want to secure our database and open specific ports only. Let's click on create a security group. Let's name our security groups like DynamoDB Accelerator SG or something. DynamoDB SG security group. Description, let's type one description. For VPC, we'll keep as it is the default VPC, because this is not a VPC tutorial anyway. The tutorial will go long, and here we go with the inbound rules, right? So we need to add inbound rules, because we know that the inbound like by default no inbound traffic will be allowed. When we check in the outbound rules, if we look, there is only one rule, that is all traffic, and it is all allowed. It is all allowed because by default we know security groups are stateful in nature, which means that when inbound traffic is allowed, outbound traffic is by default is also allowed. So this is the by default configuration. So for now, let's configure inbound rules by clicking add rule. And here, since we'll be SSHing into the the EC2 instance and all, so let's open the SSH port. First of all, SSH port is port 22, selected by default, grayed out, looks good. And source, we will select anywhere IPv4 for now. For more security, you can use custom IP address as well. But for this tutorial, since this looks good, for the demonstration, we are fine. And here we'll also open one custom TCP. We can mention any port number which we want, like 8000 or something, whatever. But I have mentioned some commands. I have some commands here. We'll be using, please note this port number, whatever you want to use, doesn't matter. We have here the custom TCP, and like again source will be selecting as anywhere IPv4. This looks good. Please note, whatever rules you create, it's under inbound rules, not outbound rules. I've seen many experienced people commit the mistake, and by not paying attention what rules they are creating, right? Both inbound, they'll click on add rule, then later you'll be not able to SSH into the EC2. That is one of the a sign. If EC2 instance connect is not connecting, that means by mistake you have configured in the outbound rules. That is one way to check. So please note, inbound rules, these are SSH and custom TCP. This looks good. We'll go down and create security group. Now let's proceed with our DAX cluster. That is DynamoDB Accelerator is under DynamoDB. So I'll type DynamoDB here first. We can click here, DynamoDB, looks good. And on the left hand side we can see DAX and we have clusters. Let's click on clusters here. Now we need to create the cluster. Let's click on here cluster button. Let's name our cluster. I've given the description since we will be running Golang and all, right? Installing Golang app later on in EC2. That's why I've given Golang, and this is DAX cluster. And in the node type I'll select T family because we want the least powerful. So DAX T2 small is good enough for our demo, and the cluster size by default is 3, looks good. Let's click on the next button. Here we are in the step 2 now, and step 2 we got the subnet section here. Let's give one new subnet name. We'll be creating one new subnet for DAX. Let's give a name. Now let's go down. We'll be selecting the subnets since we'll be deploying, creating like multi-easy feature. So let's randomly select more than 2 or something, right? We can select as many as we want. The subnet. Now let's go here in the access control. Let's we got to select our security group, right? Few moments back I've created this DAX security group. We won't be using default security group, right? Let's select our DAX security group which we created in previous few moments back. Now let's go down, and availability zone allocation I won't specify manually. I'll click or do it automatic, leave it automatic, looks good. I'll go to now next I have to choose permission. I've already done my homework to save some time. I'll choose my existing IAM role. Now we don't need encryption and all because this is anyway dummy database. I'll just turn it off. In real projects you might need encryption as well, so please keep this in mind. Let's move to next, and then we have the verify and advanced settings. We have the parameter group. So we'll keep this as default. We don't want maintenance window for now because it is just a dummy demo. Now we are at the review step. Let's go ahead and click on the create cluster. So it will take some time. Let's wait for a while. So the cluster creation, it will take around something 15 minutes from my experience I've seen. So instead of waiting, we can go ahead with the EC2, which is independent of this, because in the architecture diagram if you look, we have the EC2 as well, right? We need to SSH and install Golang. So in the 15 minutes we can utilize without wasting our time. I'll duplicate this tab and proceed with launching the EC2 instance. Let's type here EC2. We'll navigate to EC2 now. Let's go here. Let's click on launch instance button. We'll be spinning one new EC2 instance from the scratch here. Let's give one name to our EC2 server. Let's go down here. Now let's install configure the software built, which operating system we want in the virtual machine. We want to install Amazon Linux 2. This looks good. Architecture in the instance type, architecture is 64-bit. We'll keep it. And then instance type is T2 micro, which is free tier eligible. This also looks good for us. Now we'll go down. Let's create one new key pair. I'll click on create a new key pair. Let's give one name like EC2 or DAX, something easy to remember. You can create ppk file as well if you want to use for putty. If you are using OpenSSH, you can use pem file. So whatever any if you want to use putty and all, for this tutorial I'll be using EC2 Instance Connect, which is easy. I'll click on create pair. This anyway doesn't matter for me because Instance Connect is easy process. So this looks good. Now let's go down here. We have the network settings. We'll be editing something. Let's click on edit. There is we need to note that there should be public IP address, otherwise it will be difficult to do the Instance Connect. It should be enabled. Next, we can see we have the security group, and a name is required, and here we have the VPC as well. So VPC, as mentioned, the default VPC which we are using, it's fine for us. For security group, since we have done the homework previously, I'll click on existing security group and select my DAX security group. This is the DAX security group, right? This looks good for us. Now I'll scroll down, and there is one very important step in the advanced details. We have the IAM instance profile. We need to select our IAM instance profile. Let's have already done this homework. So if we miss this step, it is this step will basically EC2 instance needs permission to create DynamoDB table to perform related operation. So if you have not, if you need to create one IAM instance profile where the EC2 will require better to give all permissions to create DynamoDB table and all, and perform permission, right? Asterisk permission is fine for better without any trouble. Looks good. I'll click on launch instance. Please note to create one instance profile, otherwise this tutorial won't work. I'll click on launch instance. All right, it says success. I'll click on here, and here I need to note my public IPv4 address. If you are SSHing using putty or command prompt, you need this public IP address. But for this tutorial, since I want the easy process, I'll click on connect. I have everything ready. Username is by default. I'll click on connect. All right, we have a stabilized connection and we are inside EC2. We have successfully SSH using the EC2 Instance Connect. I can close the remaining tabs perhaps because we don't need it. Now in this task, we'll be installing Go application in this EC2 instance, and we'll be observing some scan queries and all, how much time it takes without DynamoDB Accelerator, because we can see DynamoDB Accelerator here, it's in action. It's not yet ready, it's creating. So let's go ahead by using the sudo su, which is the super user command, switching to root user. We'll switch to root user because we will perform updates and all. I have done the homework for you. The commands are here as well. I'll straight away copy paste. Let's run some updates. Let's paste this. So no package marked for updates. We are up to date. Looks good. Now let's install Golang programming language in the EC2. Let's click on paste. I'll install the Golang here. So it will take some time, and once it's done, we need to make sure that Golang is installed. How do we make sure that Golang is installed? We will run the version command, which is this one, right? This is one way to check whether Golang is installed, successfully installed on our EC2 or not, to check the version. So it says completed, looks good. I'll right click and paste and check the version. We can see Go 1.23.7 Linux, this is installed. So we are fine now. Now let's install some sample Golang application. I have the command ready. It's in the GitHub here by AWS here, AWS samples. Let's paste this. Let's hit enter. So now this should take around 3 minutes to install the Golang application. Let's wait for a while. Alright, this is done. Now let's navigate to our Golang application path. Let's copy this. I'll use the cd command, change directory command. Let's right click and paste. Now we are inside the Golang application path. Now we will be running couple of commands which will create the DynamoDB table. Let's go down, and here this will create a table named try DAX go table. You can give any kind of name as per your wish, but for this tutorial let's go ahead by creating this table. I'll paste this command here. Now let's write some data into the table by firing put item command. Let's copy this, write data to DynamoDB table, this one, put item. Let's write some data here. Let's hit enter. It's done. Now let's fire some couple of Golang commands, and here we'll be noting the timing first of all, right? Because for now, if we navigate to DynamoDB cluster here, DAX cluster, it's available. Though it's available, it will take some time to activate. It's not instantaneous, and it's kind of in-memory cache, we know, right? Whatever query will be firing, it will take some time in anyway for now. So first let's fire the GetItem command. I'll be pasting here, right? It will take some time. Let's get ready with our next command, which is the query command. So the command is basically the same if you look, only the last word is different. Like here we have GetItem, next we have query, and next we have scan. Easy to remember. And here we have the table name, right? Go run table name service DynamoDB command, then the what we want. Let's go down. We got some timing here. We will be noting everything, but for now let's fire the command one by one. We got again one timing. Let's fire our last command, that is the scan command. Let's fire this, the scan command, and here we go. We have some timing, right? So let me take one screenshot or something. Perhaps I can note the timing as well in a notepad probably. So for let's write something without DAX, something like that, to it will be easy for us how much time it takes. Let's copy this entirely. Let's paste it here. This one is for GetItem, so I'll type GetItem here and note down the timing. Let's right click, copy and paste this. I got the time. Next we have the for the query, we have the time. Let's copy again, and I'll note down similarly the query time here. And last but not least, I'll note the scan time, right? Let's quickly copy paste the scan time as well, how much time it took, right? And here again something like using DAX, let's write it down how much time it will take. Now we are kind of doing performance benchmarking and all. Without DAX, how much time it takes, and with DAX, how much time it's taking. So as mentioned, DAX takes some time to activate, so we can you can wait for a few minutes, or also we can start firing the commands as well. But the important thing to note is that the command won't be the same. I have done my homework here for you. To execute the scan, the GetItem query and scan operation with DAX, the syntax goes something like this. So we need to modify and perform this command. So it is kind of one-time activity to form the command using the syntax, because as mentioned, only the one word will change. For GetItem it's here, For query, we will later just change this, and for scan it's here, right? So forming the command is simple. If we successfully form one command, other two commands will be easily formed. I'll take this in a notepad. Let's paste it here. I need to substitute the DAX cluster endpoint, then the custom port number. Remember the port number what we have used in EC2. If we probably navigate here, if we go to security tab, we will be seeing the custom port range as 811 we have configured. 22 we have used using for SSH. What we are currently doing, this is the SSH we have done without using instance connect. So this we have opened, and since we have opened 811, I need to use this port number in the syntax. So here we go with the command. Please note there is one colon here. If we do some mistake, even a single space or single like character will throw a syntax error. We need to be very careful while forming this command. Next we have the DAX cluster endpoint. So how do we get the endpoint? If I go here, I have got the endpoint. See, DAX cluster, this is our cluster, Cloud Guru Amit cluster endpoint. But we need to eliminate this DAX colon then double slash. Our cluster name will be starting from Cloud Guru Amit. So let's try this out, how it works, whether it works or not. Let's remove this. Please note, after the selection, one colon is there. If you look, if you can see here, the one colon is there. This is very important, the colon, and after endpoint there is one space bar. There is one space, right? So we need to remove this DAX colon double like forward slash or something. This is I'll remove it. Let's make a big. If we make it a bigger, I can see after endpoint there is one space. Then my cluster endpoint till here it's there. I have removed the please note DAX colon and colon slash slash. I have removed from Cloud Guru Amit. It has started, and then the port number whatever we have mentioned in the EC2, which is basically this one, right? So that's how the syntax goes. Now let's try to fire this command and check this out, whether the GetItem command runs or not, or whether it throws some syntax error. Let's go ahead by pasting this. All right, looks good. The command worked successfully. Currently, if we note the time for the GetItem, it's quite like here we have the GetItem without DAX. It's 6. You might be confusing. Even using DAX, technically it should reduce the time, right? But it's increased. So I'll please hold on for a moment. I'll let me form the other commands. This one is for GetItem, right? Let's write this GetItem. I'll note the timing. Then we need for query, like just like the GetItem. I'll just copy paste this. As mentioned, our command is almost same, just this thing will change. So here instead of GetItem, I can write query. Please make sure to write it properly, otherwise it will throw syntax error. I'll copy this. Let's go ahead with the query command here. I'll hit enter. Now let's note the time. It's quite large, I can see here. I'll note this down here. Similarly, the timing for the query command as well. Let me note this down. Also, okay, let's not note for now, because it's anyway there in the here. Because as soon I'll be running the next time, it will the timing will reduce, because that's where the power of DAX DynamoDB Accelerator comes. For scan, okay, let us form the command first. Here we need to change the scan. Just let's run this. Let's paste our scan command, and we are good. If we look and compare from above, put table took 6 point something seconds, but here if we look here, the if you look, the get item, the get item took 6 seconds something, and here the get item took 7 seconds. It's definitely greater using DAX if we look. Similarly goes for query. If we look, it took 127 millisecond or something, and for using DAX, the query time is something 117. All right. So here again some little bit of improvement, but not much, I'll say, because this is the query without the DAX, and with DAX it's this one, like slightly reduced, but we are not much satisfied here. Again, for again scan, if I look here, it without using DAX, the timing is around 190. Using a DAX, 115. There is one improvement we can see, right? So as mentioned, DynamoDB Accelerator takes some time, right? So now let's fire the command once again, because it's kind of caching. I'll paste again the get item. Now let's note the timing, how much time it takes. See, the first time without using DAX, get item took 6 seconds without DAX, right? And now it's taking just 2 seconds. Quite a lot of improvement. And average time, if you look, it's 89 point something, and there we go, the average time is 262, right? This one is quite a huge difference using DAX we are getting. So this is the power of DAX. Now let's copy paste the second command and see some improvement here again, whether we can see or not using DAX. Let's paste this. If I paste here, and let's check the query command here. Here I have the query without using DAX. Now without using DAX, it took around 127, and average time is 5, and using DAX it's 44. It's around reduced by something 1/3, right? And average time is 1 point something milliseconds, right? Quite fast, right? Let's fire the last command for scan and see some improvements here again in this area. Let's paste this and run this command, the scan one. Let's check if we got the improvement or not. For scan command, this time it took some time. It took more time, I'll say. We haven't seen much improvements, so sometimes you might see some difference. So see, I just ran the same command once again, the scan command, and now please note the timing, how much improvement. If we see the timing here and now compare the scan, 190 seconds, 190 milliseconds, average time it's 7.6 milliseconds something, and here we have 54, right? It's reduced, quite a lot reduced, and average time also reduced by 1/3 or 1/4 or something, whatever you can call, right? So this is the power of DAX. We have seen significant improvements in the queries and all using DAX. Here the timings are in front of us, the result is in front of us, using DAX and without using DAX, right? The default behavior of DynamoDB. So let's get back to our architecture diagram, because we are done with this tutorial. I'll dive you what we have done. So we have fired some commands like GetItem, scan and all. Without DynamoDB Accelerator was in action, we checked, noted the timing. Then using DynamoDB Accelerator, we have noted the timings, and we have seen significant improvement using DynamoDB Accelerator. The response time is quite low. Sometimes it is reduced to 1/3 or 1/4. Quite a lot of improvement we have seen. We have also created EC2, which was which acted helped us to fire the commands, the Golang app and all, right? So this is what goes with the tutorial as well. And for the theory part, if we look and brush up whatever we have done, it's exactly the purpose. The in-memory caching, DAX since we have fired this last command, remember scan command, it was taking long time. After firing the second time, the timing got reduced by 1/4 or something. So that is the power of DAX, that is response time reduced from quite a lot reduced, right? Then we have seen the high ability thing, multi-easy, we have created in the DAX. If we in the like console, if you remember, right, we have created multi-easy features and all. Here in the DAX, if you see, ability zones is mentioned as 3 zones. So the multi-easy feature is also we have covered. So that goes the tutorial for DynamoDB Accelerator. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. Thank you so much for watching this video.